In Blizzard-specific news, they announced their first wholly new intellectual property in a hot minute, and it's a survival game. Did you see this on your social media here the other day, Mr. Black?
I did not.
So the Blizzard account put it out. A bunch of people were obviously talking about it because anytime Blizzard, now whether it's new Blizzard or old Blizzard, if they announce a new IP, then that perks up people's attention. Especially since this is a survival game. This is pretty far outside of their wheelhouse, to say the least. And I'm interested in what your thoughts are on Blizzard, even though it's New Age Blizzard, tackling the more, what I've got in my notes here written in as the often permanent beta genre that is survival. Because there are only a handful of survival games that ever actually leave the we're in beta phase.
Are we talking about this one where you're like the bad guy and you're gonna go and kill the players?
No, like survival, like Minecraft, or like
an open world,
like a proper survival game is what they're marketing this as.
I thought you meant like one of the, that dead game.
Yeah, like DayZ, I guess might be it.
Day by Deadlight or something.
Dead by Daylight. No, I don't think.
Yeah.
No, they're not doing. That's a different genre. I can't remember the name of that genre. I know what you're talking about, but no, that's not it. No, this is a survival. Survival game.
Yeah. Okay. So kind of like Minecraft or
DayZ and that kind of
and stuff.
That kind of deal. Yeah,
really,
and it looks
DayZ.
like it's fantasy because it's Blizzard. They're not going like the super. It doesn't look like they're doing anything high tech. It's very fantasy. And so I guess look at it as being DayZ. Probably, if I had to guess, Blizzard is going to lean harder into the PvE. You might have the option for PvP, but it's probably going to be closer to a come together with your friends against the elements type stuff.
Yeah.
More than just going into the PvP side of things, but you never know. But how do you think? Because there's not been a lot of major studios. The survival genre has been more or less an indie thing, right? That pops up on Steam once every 3 months with a new fucking survival game. And everyone gets hype about it, and it has like its shine for 3 weeks, and then it goes off, and then it has its hardcore, and then that's like the show, and it's in beta forever. So how do you feel about Blizzard trying to tackle that? And do you think they'll solve the permanent beta survival problem?
Well, geez. I mean, at this point, it's going to be a Microsoft game. So yeah, it's still going to be Blizzard, but like, how many people are they going to fire? How many new people are they going to bring in? How are they going to oversee it? Like this.
Well, what if they go as hands off as they did with Minecraft? Because they almost did nothing. Like they bought Minecraft and they just said, "Hey guys, you're doing pretty fucking awesome. So, other than merchandise deals and shit, which we'll net for you, you do your thing."
Yeah, I mean, well, if Bobby's leaving, right at the end of this year, whenever this deal finishes, somebody's going to be in charge, right? So there's going to be some kind of new leadership. I mean, I'm for it. Sure. I mean, I like survival games. As much as I want to hate on Blizzard, because it's easy, they do make competent games. I mean, pretty much every game Blizzard's ever made has been a very competent game. Do they have that magic anymore? Not for me. Personally, but I'm a jaded old ass gamer that played a lot of Blizzard. Pretty much my entire gaming career was Blizzard. And I'm not just talking about my professional career. I mean, the last few years it hasn't been, but for the majority it was. But I'm talking about my gaming as a person since I was in my teens. Early teens, like 13, 14 years old, I've been on that Blizzard dick. And the majority of my gaming has been done through them. I don't get that magic anymore. with Blizzard games. I had a little spark of it when Overwatch first came out. And I was like, ooh, this is different.
I think
This is
everyone had
cool.
a spark of it for like the first year of Overwatch. Like
Yeah.
as much as it's turned into a gong show, the first year was
It was great.
It definitely hit hard.
It was different, right? It was like it was unique. I thought HOTS, the Heroes of the Storm, pretty much fell on its face since day one. Although the game was competent, it didn't have that magic.
It still has a pretty it found a pocket of people. Like it's still actively played, but it's not like it didn't blow up like every other Blizzard game did, right? Like
dead,
it wasn't.
man.
Yeah.
Heroes of the Storm is Heroes of the Storm is dead. But I'm rooting for Blizzard, man. I'm rooting that they can turn this around, that they can get back to what they do best, and that's create awesome games. I think they can do it. If you're asking me if I think they can do it, I know they can do it. It's just, will they do it? That's the other question. I have no idea how much Microsoft is going to squeeze Blizzard, because I'm going to keep it 100. Microsoft is nowhere near the developer as Blizzard. Ain't even close. It's not even.
Microsoft's a publisher. They're not a developer.
Okay, publisher, but I mean,
because they just buy all the developers and then just say, "Hey, you're pretty good at games.
That's
Make
true.
some."
That's true. But even all of the games that they have, I don't think there's many games that they have that can rival the quality. They have some, but
which is probably why they're not going to tell Blizzard what to do like they did with Minecraft, right?
Yeah, I hope they just put better people in place and just keep that flair. Let's not forget, guys. The vast majority of the big Blizzard heads are gone. So it's probably why we don't have that same feel, because it's just a different machine. It's been Activisioned. And so it's just a completely different machine. I hope this survival game is good. I like me a survival game. Maybe they're trying to get the next Minecraft on their hands. Which, if there's a developer that can do it, that's AAA. Blizzard is it. But we'll see. And I just pray, for the love of everything that's holy and sacred, do not give us a survival game with the same regurgitated characters and stories that we already have. I do not want to see a Diablo survival game, a Heroes of the Storm survival game.
It is totally new universe, they said.
Better be fucking brand spanking new, because that shit is more used than a fucking Hotel 6 fucking bedroom. Like, it's
why'd you have to do Hotel 6 dirty like that?
Because they're garbage. It's a garbage place. So yeah, I'm in. Sure.
Yeah, I think I honestly, if I had seen Microsoft buy Minecraft years ago and saw them get their hands in and start fucking with something that was obviously, clearly working, instead of doing what they did, which was just support, where where Minecraft didn't already have the means. So things like managing the more macro level shit, your merchandise, and creating a more stable version that wasn't just running off of Java, so that it could be more easily pushed to more people. And now Minecraft is just this fucking juggernaut.
Yeah, it's crazy,
right? And so I think if Microsoft applies, and I don't see any reason why they wouldn't, but if Microsoft applies a similar tactic to this purchase, we already know that inside Activision Blizzard, especially on the Activision side, there are different pockets of developers that were standalone, that got brought into the Activision fold, that all have their specialties, that were forced to join the Call of Duty train in the last 2 to 3 years. And there's a ton of intellectual property there, and more than enough people, that if Microsoft wants to come in and just basically, you know what Activision Blizzard is right now? You know when you eventually get tired of trying to manage your cables when you put them away, the ones you're not using, and then the next time eventually you go to take them out and they're just a fucking spaghetti monster. And you hate that you have to put there's one cable, you found it. You need a USB fucking cable and it's there and it's mixed up with like 90 other, like, you got HDMI, you got VGA cables you haven't used since like 2001, but they're there anyway, and it's this fucking giant rat's nest. And you've got to, like, they're all usable, but you've got to spend the next 3 hours cursing it out while you're disassembling this mammoth fucking ball of mess. That's what Activision Blizzard is right now. It's a bunch of useful parts that has been shoved in a fucking junk drawer to serve a very specific purpose for the last 4, maybe 5 years, and it's gotten more and more ridiculous as they kept cramming people. When they put the guys that did Tony Hawk onto Call of Duty, I was like, this shit is fucking over. You've lost the fucking net if that's what you're doing, right? So they've got all that shit. Now they've got to go in. The team at Microsoft Games has to go in and say, how do we pull all this shit apart and make them all useful individually again? And if they just do that, and then just give them that macro level support like they did with Minecraft, I think this is going to be an enormous success. And in that, all that to be, to say that even though Blizzard isn't the Blizzard that we had in 2005 or 2008 or 2010, there's still clearly an enormous wealth of talent at Blizzard.
Yeah.
And they've been shackled. We've seen them publicly shackled. So what happens when you take the shackles off and you just say, hey guys, we know you're all good at making games. You've got this new IP. And Blizzard has a track record of taking genres that already existed and have been experimented with, picking out the good shit, polishing that shit up, and making their own version. That's how we get Overwatch. That's how we got, really, to a degree, that's how you got StarCraft and Warcraft, the RTSs back in the day. It's not like they invented the RTS genre, right? So, but they took it, honed it, added their fucking spice, and it became this legendary thing. So I think they've got that in them, and if Microsoft does just what they need to, this game is likely going to be, likely to have a really good chance at being something good. What I'm excited about is what are they going to do on top of the conventions of the genre? Because we already know, we've seen a myriad of different takes on survival games. We know what works, we know what doesn't work now. So they're going to have their core. What does Blizzard do to add their variety, their spice at the end to make it a Blizzard game? That's what I'm interested in, and I wish them all the best, because anytime a studio like Blizzard comes out and says, we're doing a brand new thing, it's not the games that you know, it's not the characters you know, that's a scary thing to do, and there's a lot of risk involved, and I wish them all the best, especially on the back of this fucking shit show. Except for middle management, I have to believe, and the publishing arm of Activision Blizzard. So just the guys and girls that are in the trenches that are unlikely to get the boot when they lose like 20% of their workforce. I have to imagine the majority, and I've seen many of them pop up on social media to say this already. There's a breath out as this is happening. Because they know at the very least that many of them not going to be forced to make Call of Duty for the next fucking 20 years of their career. And so that's a positive thing. So we'll keep tabs on that. They just posted, there's no video or anything right now. There was just this, I guess you'd call it concept art thing, because they're putting out the call for more employees for, arts, art design and programmers and shit. So they're putting a team together now to help finalize or finish up this concept. So we'll see what happens in the not too distant. I'm sure we'll hear a little bit more.